So there's stuff that this collective has been working on that is coming to fruition, not of its own volition, not to rhyme, but you've been working on something for a while, whatever that might be, but you've just caught up with it. You now feel grounded in the thing that you're moving towards. It's not ahead of you, you're not ahead of it. It's there's a perfect alignment. I got this notion to do this reading for this download that came through, and then I looked down and it was 111, and I'm and so it feels like right now there's something reaching out that's reminding you not only of directly where you're going, where to place your focus. This is the thing that needs your attention more than anything else that might be coming in, because there are other things that are going to be important to you outside of this one thing that are going on in your life right now. And is it fair to say that it needs a laser focus and everything else needs to be put to the side? Because that, priorities might come up and change and stuff like that, because that's life. But it's as if there's acknowledgement of the fact that you have found the way to manage all of that without there being, this deck, full distraction, right? It's not one or the other, but it's also not you spinning multiple plates. You know exactly which plate to have spinning at this time, and you can be okay, that plate's over there, if this analogy got weird, and I'm aware of it, and I can acknowledge whatever that plate means right now, but then we're going to go right back to spinning this plate. Okay. All of this. I'm moving off the message. There's something reaching out. The other thing that came to me was this moment when I was going through a ridiculously rough time. And literally on my path, this was on the ground. This beautiful rose quartz. I don't know what that shape is. Some sort of polyhedron thingy. Crystal. And I crocheted a little necklace for it, and it was that. I thought of that, and then this download came. So I'm going to pull some cards because there's something that's reaching out through me to you. So let's see what it has to say. Where shall we go first? Yeah, okay. Get some, This Is Gonna Hurt is the name of this tarot deck. Because it likes to be straightforward. But I also find it to be an interesting deck in how it's not exactly just straightforward and how I would be straightforward. So yeah, there's the acknowledgement of the weight. And all of this, okay, there's kind of a confirmation here that it's the Ace of Wands. This does have to do with something that you are very passionate about. Whether that's something spiritual, something creative, something, those could go hand in hand as well, but it's something, that means a great deal to your purpose, your fulfillment. Okay, you know what it's about. Let's move on. So there is this weight that you are carrying as far as all the plates that you maybe had spinning before, but it's this is that little, I know where I'm going. There's a part of me, there's a friend to me, more like a spiritual guide that is keeping me focused in where I'm going. Interesting. 5 of Swords, and we have a Page of Wands, and there's creativity and conflict. Yeah, it might feel like you have to be a little bit of a dick maybe at times, or you're afraid of being that kind of no, I'm going to set a boundary and just keep people away from me right now. And that's not always what the 5 of Swords means, but I'm just getting from this more the artistry. It's I've drawn this line in the sand by throwing knives down. I am throwing warning shots. I have one in my hand, and there's these people that are and it's you're being very, very intentional about what it is you want, but maybe that's kind of new. And it's not necessarily something you're comfortable with as far as being I can't prioritize you right now. That feels mean to do. But there's this incredibly gentle energy in this person that's playing. And it's this is actually what you're being. When you think you're being harsh like this, there's more of a, especially if you feel you're carrying all this weight, to be no, fuck off. These are my boundaries. This is the line I'm going to draw. This thing matters to me because there's like this inner child. Page is a very youthful energy, and then the wands is like your creativity and the expression, the personal expression that comes from playing this. It's like, and in a desolate place like the desert, it's like, I need this. This is like something that is feeding me, and you're gonna give time to it because it is allowing you to be, it's coming full circle from things that you started out the journey of a really long time back. But there's also, if you fulfill yourself, if you are giving to you first, then you are able to be, you know, giving and there for others, in a gentle way. But obviously, if you are putting others first and neglecting something that matters to you, it doesn't go well long term. We all know this. Interesting. The Four of Wands came out from this other deck, and I just put it right back down again, which, to lift it up and find it again, I'll explain that in a second. The Four of Wands being reversed there, like, this may be coming to people who know to focus, to be doing this, but I'm also getting strong, like, you're still having trouble with, like, making that time for yourself. The Four of Wands reversed is being like, you're disconnected from your rest. You have to put your rest as a priority as much as doing the work before the other things. And then we have the Three of Cups reversed, which is, I'm getting more like, it's not yet time to celebrate this. You're still doing the work. And like, I right now and your spiritual guides, I'm celebrating you for putting that work in, for getting to the stage where there is even the opportunity to be putting work into something that you love. That's huge. You have given yourself this opportunity as much as the universe met you halfway and brought it to you, but it's not yet the time to celebrate. So leave the friends, you know, the distractions, etc., till further down the line, because the time to celebrate is like right around the corner. And then we got this mirror deck just recently that was like, I'm the third deck today. Mirror Truth deck, which I liked the idea of because there is a book that comes with this, but this is very specifically a what do you see in the cards, a little bit of a Rorschach thing, which is like how I kind of read already. R.I.P. Dervish in Dublin, that was the place that this came from. And what do you have for this collective as far as, oh, jumpy cards. Ugh. Okay, I got a few. Okay, coffin. Oh yeah, there's also numbers on these things. Coffin, which I immediately got as like forever home. Like there's a probably negative connotations as far as this, and we have like an 8 and a 9. A 9 is like a culmination of a journey, but it's not the end. The 10 is the end. 8 and 9 both have regenerative 808 as I said that. Regenerative, you know what word I'm trying to say, qualities to them. And there's more of this kind of spiritual guide, but there's even more in this one with the 2 owls, like an up-leveling of wisdom every time you come around from making, like, coming full circle around to yourself, like the spiral staircase, but you're always seeing life from a different perspective as you grow, sort of like the spiral that is DNA. It's such a beautiful card. So yeah, I see a lot of you learning about yourself from this scenario, seeing which parts have to be left behind, but also that you are very purposely leaving a life behind, a version of you behind as you move through this. And it's taken like a while for you to get to this place, which makes sense. We also have the snake on the bottom of the deck for this, which is a very regenerative, don't mind me. But in this we have blue, throat chakra vibe, a little bit of the sacral, creativity, solar plexus, your strength, but also where you create from a little bit. And then there's like the same yellow light being in there as your center of self, and a pink and the red being very root. So this is like kind of an all-encompassing length of yourself. And we have, okay, to go through the other colors, there's pink, There's also green and there's a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow actually popping up in every single one of these, just in like a tiny amount. This definitely is a very like, the core of you is what is getting the most attention as far as a theme the whole way through. The rods have a J. It's a jack, because I think they're doing like the jack of clubs, 9 of diamonds, if those have any significance to you. I'm not going to necessarily include them unless I think something to do with them, but we have an 11 and it's rods, and this is tying in with the theme of your passion and something that's deeply, I'd say, spiritual, but I don't think that the thing as far as like your fulfillment, your purpose, always translates to spirituality for people, because their purpose is something that they're like actively doing on this planet, and that, because it's like in the tangible world, doesn't seem like it's actually a spiritual thing. But like all of your existence as a human is a spirit existing through the human form, and finding fulfillment in your everyday life is therefore a spiritual experience, because it's a part of your everyday experience. And like, life is just inherently spiritual, very separate from religious, in case that needs to be said. There's also a someone's gathered and a bundle of sticks. It's like a harvest vibe here. And then the next one is the scythe, which is physical labor, bringing it a connection here of like the two that is close to your heart, because we have the green. And then there's a 10, which is like, it's coming 10, and there's also a wheel in the background, which is the Wheel of Fortune's number in the major arcana, isn't it? Maybe it's a later one. Anyway, it's not only a full circle, it's like something that is coming back around to you in your favor, kind of a thing, like the balance that life gives. And with the like bright colors in this towards another 9, it's very much signifying like an independent abundance, not only financial abundance, but it's like very fulfilling in a interpersonal way, more of that theme. Because 9s, while they're the end of some cycles and not the full end at the 10, it has more to do with, say, like a 9 is your individual ending of coming to fruition about something, and then the 10 is where it gets to like kind of almost be expressed in like a larger, bigger way, depending on the suit that it is assigned to or whatever. But this is also the Queen of Spades. As one case, that's, God, we have this like beautiful beaming sun and a street lamp that's like not lit up, and the light is here in the center of the flower, and the sun is beaming down, and it's like, there's an alignment with your dark and your light in a way of like, you don't necessarily need to turn a light on to be able to see in your own darkness, because you know yourself on a whole other level now. And that's actually a little bit of a theme that's in these two. God, I love this deck so much. Like, there's the harvesting, the collecting of the harvest, the darkness. These are both sun-based. This is night-based. There's more of the sun, but also with an acknowledgement of like a light that you would need at nighttime, but it's not lit up because you just don't need that guidance right now, is what I want to say. But like, that's not to say you'll never need it and that you aren't deserving of like always having a spiritual connection and guide team that's there for you. It's not like either to say that you're at the end of all the journeys put together, because everything is cyclical and we come back around to going like, oh, thought I knew everything, 1414. But the second you think you know everything, guess what the universe does. However, this is very much the like ending and beginning of a journey, in that like certain thing that you're working towards is going to be like, ooh, I hesitate with this word, but like conquering a part of yourself. It's more like you've been doing the work on something that was like standing in your own way, and you learned how to deal with that, and like work past it, work through it, include it in how you're moving forward so that it's not like working against you, right? And then that started to bring in opportunities where you were actually able to like challenge that new thing that you've learned, put it to the test. There's so many ones in front of me as well. I'm just like looking at this deck. It's popped with a one down here, a one up there. This started at 111. The card underneath this next one's the one. We have an 11. Like, there's something calling you towards a new beginning, but it is not like yet where you're at, because there's stuff to be finished on the journey moment that you're on. And so it needs your focus more than anything at this point in time. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave you with that for now. I hope that's been helpful. Bye.